On this week's episode, Bud takes us through all things bodybuilding, and we drink this amazing West Coast IPA, also called West Coast Style IPA. Second Line Brewing Company out of New Orleans, Louisiana, absolutely killed it. So watch the video for the bodybuilding and this incredible West Coast IPA. Later, guys. Are you ready?
We ready.
It's my turn to ask if we're ready. Back for another episode.
Yep.
And you just got back from the fridge grabbing these beers out, and it turns out we still have a lot of Louisiana beer.
We got 3 more after this one.
Yeah. And then our buddy Chuck just sent us a care package. Shout out to Chuck.
Yep.
With a lot of Oregon beer. And then Dylan, our next episode we're going to actually do right after this, gave us another 2 beers. So we're locked, stocked, and ready to go.
Yeah, we got plenty enough to choose from.
Louisiana beer. We have the man here from Louisiana. So why not do another one, right?
Might as well.
That's a nice little 6-pack tab there.
It's different, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It's a different. I've never seen a tab look like that.
Maybe so it's biodegradable or something like that.
That shit ain't rotten.
All right. So the thing that I liked looking up this beer is it's just called West Coast IPA. They didn't want to come up with anything fancy. It's a Second Line Brewing out of New Orleans, Louisiana. And I'm excited because I'm a huge fan of West Coast style IPAs. And I reckon I've never had one from Louisiana that I know of, like a full-blown West Coast.
So, did you read what the second line was?
On the can?
Or why they call it, or anything about second line?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to get into it.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually have some, what do you call it, where you pinch the sides of your phone, some screenshots.
Screenshots?
Yeah, so we're going to get into these guys. They've actually got some pretty cool stories.
Fuck.
You back at it again?
Well, this time I even spilt. It's ridiculous.
You need to practice in the off season.
No.
I mean, I feel like this just doesn't get better at all. Oh,
Who says we got to get better?
That's true. I guess we can give Baba a shout out for our adventure we had last week.
Yes, we
if
really
you want to
enjoyed
go over
ourselves.
that real quick while I find the info on these guys.
Yeah, we went to Baba. Some of our friends came meet us out there. We had quite a few beverages.
Yeah.
Brought quite a few of them home to do
reviews.
later episodes, and we'll see if the rest of it is. From what I tasted at their brewery, because before then all I had was the candy bar,
which is incredible.
That is they found a gem with whatever they did with that. But the rest of their beers, I mean, I didn't take a pull of anything that I had over there and was like, ugh, this is disgusting, except for that
Best way I can
pulp orange juice they give me.
Yeah. Best thing I can describe Ba as when I go there is Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory. You're just in there getting all sorts of crazy.
Yeah.
And you have no idea.
Yeah.
It's incredible. So shout out to those guys. But
had a good time. Got y'all beer cooler.
But, I think that's a water cooler.
No, it's a beer. It's a 16-ounce beer can cooler.
Which we like with a small hole. So Second Line Brewing was founded in 2014 by a group of friends wanting adventure and the chance to share the joys of craft beer with the community. For the Second Line Brewing team, operating a neighborhood brewing is about more than making great beer. It is also about celebrating and supporting the community. As a woman, veteran, and minority-owned business, Second Line Brewing stands committed to promoting the principles of diversity, inclusion, and equality within the craft beer industry and our community.
Well played.
Well done. So veteran, black-owned, they are killing it, I guess.
Well, they said minority. There's different minorities.
Oh, yeah.
9 times out of 10, South Louisiana, though.
That's what I assumed. Yeah. But the West Coast IPA, and this is, I guess, what you're getting into, is 6.5 ABV, and it's a clean and clear hop presence of pine and citrus, finishing with a crisp and assertive bitterness that keeps you coming back for another sip. New Orleans only locally brewed and distributed West Coast IPA. It's available in 6-packs, which we have, and I'm excited.
It smells great.
A good West Coast IPA, if it's got the smell, if you're drinking a good one. I think your refrigerator is just a phone magnet.
No, it looked like you don't know what you're doing either, huh?
That's what it looks like. I'm going to drink out of the can.
It looks like a Pilsner.
It does. But that's a West Coast color. God, that's good.
Yeah.
Second line. 2 thumbs up. It's about time. Look, I love Bava and I love some of the stuff we've been doing, but we've been doing just some, stuff that
Rando.
Yeah, I wouldn't always order if I went to a bar, and this is what I'm walking in and asking for. So, on our grading system, appearance, we'll start with that. You got anything to say about the can since these are your people? It's a certified craft beverage for Louisiana.
I mean, I'm going to say it's just a bland-looking can. Obviously, that's the river.
Which river is that?
Mississippi River.
Mississippi. And that runs right by NOLA?
Yeah, it cuts that great city in half. Well, not in half, but New Orleans is on the bank of the Mississippi River.
We've talked about New Orleans. Let's do a toss-up, 50-50 here. Would you rather party for 3 days in Vegas or New Orleans?
Vegas.
Vegas? See, I would go with New Orleans.
I don't feel like my life is in danger that I'll be shot and stabbed.
Outside of all that, though. Outside of all that.
Vegas, there's so much more stuff to do in Vegas than
the
getting
thing that
drunk on New Orleans.
Yeah. The thing that I like about New Orleans is it may be because you're from there. So for me, it's like it's an experience to go to that culture. It's just the culture, the music scene, everything out there, the sounds. I've been to both, and for some reason, I'm always like, man, I think I'd rather go to New Orleans.
The city itself is beautiful. I mean, with the squares and the oldness to the buildings, I mean, it is beautiful during the day.
Yeah,
but
you don't like the 1 million strip clubs per acre or block.
I believe I've been to them all. So
yeah.
I mean,
you can quite literally fall, get tossed out of one, roll twice, and then right into the front door of the next one.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, if anything was like that, it's cool.
It's all right.
Yeah. So appearance, what are you going to give the appearance out of 10? I'm going to go with, because once again, I'm a simple man. This is a simple can.
I would go with a 7.5.
Yeah, I think a 7's perfect for it. No frills.
No.
Smell. I'm sold.
It's a good smelling.
I'm going 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what it is. Taste. Oh, man. If I'm grading on West Coast IPAs, and I would like to think I know what I'm tasting, other than explaining what I'm tasting, I'm good at saying it's good or bad. Dude, I'm just going to put a 28 out of 30 there because I always leave 30 to being mind blown like, holy shit.
Right.
28 to me is a 30.
Uh-huh.
So let's just say that. It's a 30, but
if you find something better,
there could always be something.
Yeah.
I'm not falling over on the floor here going, oh my God, this is the next great invention here. But I'm going 28 out of 30. We'll get to the aftertaste in a bit. Well, you already brought it up, so we could talk about it before the thing. What's going on right now?
Oh, it's the Olympia weekend this weekend in Florida.
Yeah, so they're doing it in Florida?
Yeah. Last year and this year is Florida because with all the COVID stuff, of course, Florida, in my opinion, is leading Texas with doing what they want to do down there. So the Olympia's in Florida this weekend. And
so how many days is it? They, was it usually 3 days or something like that?
So Thursday was Meet the Olympians. Yesterday was all prejudging and some finals to some classes, and tonight is finals for men's open bodybuilding.
Yeah, and this is predominantly just a bodybuilding thing.
Yes,
it's not like the Arnold where you've got like jump roping and pole dancing and Olympic lifting.
They trying to get there because I mean, I think Arnold's has a higher standard for just fitness in general. Yeah, but the Olympia, that's just straight up bodybuilding and figure and fitness.
And this is the big names, the big
This
dudes.
is the Super Bowl of bodybuilding. I mean, if you win the Olympia, you don't have nothing to worry about financially for the next year.
Wow. Yeah. And which one would you rather the Olympia or the Arnold Classic title, or are they just both hand in hand?
Everybody wants the Olympia.
They want the Olympia?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's the best in the world. You have to qualify to be at the Olympia. Arnold, you get invited. You don't have to win a single show to go to the Arnold, but it is a prestigious.
So throughout the year, you have to be in competitions or something like that?
To go to the Olympia, you either have to win a Olympia qualifying show or...
How soon before the Olympia is a qualifying show?
I want to say 2 weeks ago when they had the Arnold. Okay. I think that was an Olympia qualifier.
Because I'm asking because I know that y'all have, like, bodybuilders have to taper and, do, up and down. That's got to be very hard to do some of that, to time it correctly, I
mean, they got some guys, the winner of the Arnold last weekend, he's competing this weekend, so he just...
That seems easier. Yeah, that seems easier than, like, say a month. Right. You qualify and a month later you got it. Like, what do you do? Just hold what you got? Or because you can't gain any more muscle in a month. Right. You can't
you're not gonna gain
bulk
no
up
muscle,
and then slim down.
You just keep your body in check, hopefully.
You probably eat like one cheeseburger and then you're just like, all right, man, we're going back to it. Yeah. Random question. I told you I was going to hit you with bodybuilding questions. What is the ideal bodybuilding pose to you? Not necessarily the most iconic, but what's like the most, like, I don't know, the best one to show the body, or what's the because they're not looking at calves, I guess. Are they looking for the back, the bicep, the chest? What is something that you want to see done really well? The pose that is like kind of sets you apart when you do it.
So they have mandatory poses that you have to hit. And these mandatory poses, if you have any flaw in your physique, these mandatory poses will expose them.
See, I didn't know that. I assumed they had mandatory, but I didn't know that they were. Obviously, that makes sense.
Yeah, and I mean, that's how they judge. They get everybody up there, and they make them go through the mandatories, and they compare everybody while they're up there. So
yeah, which probably makes the judging a little easier. Not that it's going to get super easier, but having a baseline where it's like checklist, because if it just like one person is just a little less, you can kind of, okay, because when we went to that Arnold Classic, I couldn't have told you anything. They were all just diesel up there.
And that's the great thing, that somebody who's not a real big fan, they'll, like you, go to the Arnold, you got 15 people up there, you can't pick a winner. Yeah. But these judges, they have criteria.
That's mind-blowing.
But also it'll come down to the certain judge's preference. I mean, if one judge likes a lot of muscle, of course, the guy with the most muscle he's going to give more to versus somebody with better lines or better symmetry. Gotcha. I mean, in different shows, like the New York Pro is known for the more muscular guys usually win, and the Arnold's, he's trying to keep more symmetry. So
yeah,
it depends what show depends.
and I'm guessing Arnold has some sort of play into who's winning it. Not necessarily. I don't want to say he picks the winner, but I'm sure he's putting a standard there. Like, hey, this is going to represent me. Yeah. So somebody that wins this better have a look. But what's the ideal pose to you? Other than, obviously we found out now that they have certain criteria poses. Or what's your favorite pose, I guess, would be the question.
I mean, in my opinion, there's not really a favorite because of the mandatories, you're supposed to be showing a specific muscle. So it's not like one pose shows a bunch of them.
Well, but I can answer you.
I would have to say anything from the front, like a front double bicep or something like that.
See, because I'm opposite. I like, what was that big back lat pose or whatever they would do, or they
rear
turn
lat
around?
Spread.
That's it, the rear lat spread. That you're seeing like a Chester drawer right in front of you all of a sudden.
Yeah,
massive,
big men.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Big men.
Another thing about posing, vacuum pose. What the hell? Well, I see it. I don't want to. This isn't being rude. I don't have any respect for it because I don't know what I'm looking at. Like,
That's hard.
What are we showing off here?
That's hard.
Yeah, I've heard that it's hard to pull off, but I mean,
the vacuum is making your waist as small as humanly possible.
Gotcha. Because I feel like everybody knows how to suck their gut in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
everybody could suck it in.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I see it, I'm just like, oh, okay. That's what it is just to show off how skinny you can make your waistline.
And show off that rib cage because you want to blow up your chest, make your rib cage as big as possible, and have that little bitty waist like that. I mean,
so you're trying to turn yourself into an action figure.
Yeah, you're trying to create an illusion of something with your muscles and your body. That's all it is, illusion.
Yeah. So when you did your comp, was it worth doing? For those that don't know, Bud has done a bodybuilding competition.
I enjoyed being on stage,
wearing the attire,
the pink root suit. Yes, I did have a pink one on. The week prior to the show, I did not enjoy myself. So,
and that's because of the.
Yeah, I went ahead and cut water and cut sodium and depleted the shit out of my body and tried to fill back out for the show and all that. I just felt run down and did not enjoy myself for that last week.
But that's probably most people, right?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously not all.
You feel like death.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're very uncomfortable for 5-6 days. You're damn near dehydrated. You really don't want to do nothing. You don't have the energy to do nothing. But
yeah. Were you like, as soon as it over, did you go out and eat some big meal, or were you? I would think being smart would be to. You probably just ate normal, or there was some meal in your mind. I always see now it's like, I'm going to go have a donut or a slice of pizza. That's kind of the Instagram model thing to do after.
The day of, it was a steak to try to help me fill out a steak and a potato. But I had some friends. It was down there in New Orleans was the show. And after that, we stayed in New Orleans and we went and enjoy ourselves and party. And the next day.
How hard were you able to party? You weren't, they have to wheel you around in a wheelbarrow?
No, I kind of paced it started at the show because I was drinking red wine backstage.
What?
Yeah.
That's so random.
No.
It is.
No.
I look at
Helps
you and
with vascularity.
Okay. Well,
supposedly they don't let you do that no more.
This dude's over here drinking red wine. Well, didn't Ronnie Coleman drink tequila the night before that one thing because he was nervous? I think I saw in his documentary.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
But of course, Ronnie Coleman never drank either. So
yeah, that's what. Yeah. I guess I should have said that.
Yeah.
Do we want to do a sponsorship?
Well, yeah. Thanks for bringing that up.
I'm starting to actually remember.
Today's sponsor is brought to y'all by Pringles. Today we have the original. I'm sure you've had these before, huh?
Yeah.
They just the original,
no frills. Let's get it done.
Just a regular old potato chip.
Which I love. Man, the original potato chip is incredible. Proper amount of salt, good crunch. Excellent. Man, that's a good chip. All right. So we've done a lot of bodybuilding. because obviously you have some knowledge in it. And we get some comments about your bicep size. So let's talk about bicep size. What is the ideal, other than let's just get jacked? What's the size that you're looking for in a bicep? What was it? Hulk Hogan was always 24-inch. It was 24-inch pythons, right?
22s.
22? Yeah.
22s.
Yeah. Is that the where it starts?
Man, I think if you could fill out an extra large T-shirt, you're doing pretty good.
Speaking of that, I think I've graduated to extra larges.
Have you?
It sounds funny to say because I was like 150 pounds soaking wet. I got on my Facebook this week, and I want to say like 7 years ago, which isn't that long, but it is a long time, I guess. I was like 160 pounds maybe, and a large, I think I was border like wearing a medium, or like the only reason why I couldn't is because I have a long torso. So if I wore a medium, it would be
showing
like
your midriff.
my midriff showing.
Showing your pierced belly button.
But now I'm starting to get chafing under here, like really bad, where I started to actually have to put some lotion on it because it was like rubbing. I'm
some
like,
Boudreaux's butt paste.
yeah. I'm like, I think I actually made it to extra large. Good thing I'm here, so maybe I could pick one up and test it.
Yeah.
So filling out an extra large T-shirt is the ideal size.
I mean,
I need to know. I need goals. Am I going for 22s, or are we moved up now? Like the rims, they started out at like what, 18s, then 20s, and 22 and 24.
Not too many people got 22s. So if you're trying to get to 22s, you might as well just go ahead and stop yourself.
When do you start gaining respect for somebody's arm? Like you're walking through public and you see a dude's bicep and you're like, okay, the dude works out. What is that? A 20 probably, or a 19?
20 is big.
That is big.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that I would think
probably on a normal dude. I mean, probably anything north of 17 is gonna fill out should fill out an extra large. I mean, goddamn.
Yeah, I have no idea how big mine are. I don't reckon they're that big.
They probably not.
All right, so aftertaste. Dude, I'm not gonna lie to these people. This is fucking good beer.
That the aftertaste on this one does stick around, and it is a good aftertaste.
This is a really good beer.
Yeah, I really enjoy this one.
I say this a lot, and every time I'll watch one of these after we're done to kind of work on my delivery and saying what word do I say over and over or something like that. More to study it, not sit there and look at myself.
You vain fuck.
Yeah, but I say this a lot of like, this is a West Coast IPA, or this is definitely a Pilsner when I try. This is definitely a West Coast IPA.
Yeah.
And it's a good one. I would say this sets a standard.
Yeah.
This is a good standardized, like that right there. That's your 22-inch, 24-inch bicep, whatever. This is the standard.
So the good thing is the money man, Lil Petey, money man, you did a good pickup on this one. So if anybody if y'all in South Louisiana and y'all enjoy West Coast IPAs, get this one. It is a good beer.
All right. So aftertaste is out of 20, and I put 18 because we're
18.
But I would say this is a 20. This is definitely 20. And then drinkability, I'm going 30 out of 30. I drink that whole 6-pack. I'll drink a whole 12-pack. If you had backed up a keg in here, I would have tried to float it. That is a good beer. Let me look through real quick and make sure I got everything out of it. Yeah. So 6.5. Yeah, I think I said everything we needed to about it. I didn't want to leave out something interesting about the beer, but hats off to them.
They did do a real good one.
Second Line Brewing Company killed it.
Yes.
So if you're in the area, look these boys up.
Yeah.
Or ladies up.
And I'm sure
Excellent.
I'm sure everybody watching this done seen what a second line was.
Yeah.
Before, because that second line is that dance or parade type thing they do through the streets where it's a lot of Mardi Gras.
I'm glad
stuff.
you're here to explain this.
They doing all this going down the street, but
that is the second line.
The second line kind of started like for a funeral or something like that. That's old school was kind of like a funeral, a celebration of somebody's life and all that going down there. But
Oh, cool.
But then they took it over with the Mardi Gras and the parade and all that. So whenever you see them with the umbrellas going down and doing their little choreographed dance, and they got people. Most of the time it's a band, but back in the day they used to play, more of the jazz music going down and all that. But that's what the second line is.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, anything else you want to say other than? I gotta say it again. Second Line. If you're in Louisiana area, or if we can buy this locally,
Yeah.
go get it.
Yeah.
I normally don't drink most of the beer. Like, I just have a couple sips and everything. But I'll finish this beer. This is good.
This is a good beer.
About time. I've been waiting for like a West Coast IPA other than Stone that I usually know is going to come out swinging with my type of flavor palette.
Right.
But there we go. If I ever go back to New Orleans, this is the first stop.
Who would have thought? Out of New Orleans, too.
Yeah, killing it. There's a reason why they might be the only people out there brewing and bottling and canning West Coast IPA, because everybody comes along and has that, and they're like, maybe that's not the competition we're looking for,
right,
and just bow out gracefully. But with that being said, let me hit the grade. Anything else you want to say while I'm typing this in?
No. We got 3 more Louisiana beers we got to bang out.
Yeah.
That way we could be done with the little money, man.
Good Lord, he's gonna float your refrigerator away.
If he want to keep bringing them, we'll keep doing them. I'll keep drinking them.
I'm for it, especially if he's bringing ones like this.
Yeah.
Noah Beta, please. 93.
How about to say that probably was the highest one so far, right?
If not the highest, tied for the highest. I'm seeing a 91, 80s, 67. Yeah, 93. So they tied Stones.
Yeah.
Drink by the 4th of July one. So hats off. Killed it. We can actually tag them in the Instagram thing because we didn't talk shit about them. But yeah. So that's it. Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Excellent beer. My God.